Hey guys, this is Miss Arlequin, and in this video I'm going to be reviewing how to submit your nightly reading logs using both Edmodo and Google Drive. Alright, so every night I will post our homework assignments on Edmodo, and the reading log will be posted as a separate assignment. So you'll see a post that looks something like this. It'll say reading log and it'll say the date. Now, what this means is that is this night's, June 22nd's reading log, meaning it's due the next day. Or if it's the weekend, it's due on the Monday. So you'll see right here, this is the day that it was assigned, and then the day that it's due will be listed here. Alright, so now here, just like every post, you have the description of the assignment. And in this case, since we need a link to Google Drive to complete the assignment, we have the link here. Usually the link will be here in the description, and then it'll also be underneath the post. So you have two different ways to get to the link. So you're going to click on the link, and that's going to take you to the Google form where you're going to submit your reading log. And anything that is required, meaning you cannot submit it without completing that box, will have the little red star. So obviously you have to do your last name, you have to do your first name, you have to choose which class, you have to enter your book title and the author's name, you have to put the pages you read. So it's the page you started at and the page you ended at. So if you go home and you're up to page 50, you do 50, and if the last page you read for the night is 110, that's what you write. Now here you select from the drop-down menu what type of reading response you want to do. And then finally, you actually write your response. So for example, if you want to write a description of a character using text evidence, that's what you do right here. Now, please just make sure that for your reading logs, you do not do the same type of response every night. Obviously, you're going to have to repeat because there's only a handful of responses, but it should be maybe one each night, and then you start at the beginning again. And you also want to make sure that you are writing a complete paragraph. I'm not going to accept responses that are 1 to 2 sentences, and I'm not going to accept responses that don't use text evidence. Now, the text evidence does not necessarily need to be a direct quote. As with any kind of writing, the best types of responses are usually a combination of direct and indirect quotes. But for reading responses, it's really alright to just be using indirect quotes. Some responses are going to require direct quotes, but for the most part, again, an indirect quote is fine. When you are done, you're going to press submit. It's going to take you to a page that says that your response has been received. Now, you cannot see your response or go back to it, so if you are worried in any way that your response was not received, I would recommend copying whatever you put here and just pasting it in Edmodo. So you press the turn in button and it'll take you to a place where you can paste your response. And you can put it here as a backup. You should also just be aware that I am always entering your reading logs in Edmodo. So you'll get a notification when you receive a grade, and if it's listed as missing, for whatever reason, that means your reading log did not go through, either because you didn't do it, or maybe there was some kind of error with the internet. So just always be mindful of your reading logs. Always check Edmodo for your grades and see if assignments really were received and graded.